Season 5 of Chapter 1 of Fortnite has been hinted at extensively this season in a world-colliding event, but this has taken to a whole new level when Fortnite's Twitter account was seemingly hacked by one of the characters coming to the game. The strangest thing is, those tweets were quickly deleted, removing them from history. But don't worry, I took screenshots to allow us to break down their meaning, so sit your butt down for 10 minutes, use code ADAMARU to support this content, and let's look at masks, mysteries, cherry blossom, and incoming mayhem. Over a period of 4 hours, 8 tweets were sent from the Fortnite Twitter account in which Vi, the new character, is attempting to contact Drift, the character from Chapter 1 Season 5. Drift is the first character we know to have travelled from our world, the real world, a graffiti artist taken from the Californian desert. Back when the visitor's rocket cracked space and time at the end of Season 4, rifts began to appear, dragging other worlds to the island, like a golf course, an entire desert, and a Viking ship. Remember that one for later. But these anomalies went in both directions. Here on Earth, llamas began to appear in London and other parts of Europe, and the Durburger's head appeared in North America, a very real item in a very real location. People swarmed there to see the attraction, but one man got closer than all the others, Drift. Before anyone noticed him, he used the opportunity to tag the burger. Before he knew it though, Drift, as well as that burger, were ripped back through time and space and back to the Fortnite island. Back in Chapter 1, we had loading screens linked to seasonal plots. Those days were really good. When Drift arrived on the island, he was quickly befriended by Bright Bomber and her crew. Over the following weeks of the season, Drift began to understand the island and learn to live with his new friends and allies. This was the same season which introduced us to Kevin the Cube and the dark skin variants, and also the Enforcers. There's a lot to unpack, so let's reframe this with the hacked tweets. The second communication reads, "I know you don't know who I am, but the Fox Clan is in trouble. We need you." The Fox Clan, as far as I know, has never been referenced in Fortnite before, and this tweet confirms that faction. Yet another to add to the 7 and the Imagined Order. We also now know Drift is still being watched years later. The next tweet backs this up. We always thought we were the trackers, but something is tracking us down now. Something old, something bad. They got everyone. I barely escaped. I'm the only one left. Who could they be? Well, there is something we've been waiting to return for years. The Enforcers. The secret road trip skin from Season 5 of Chapter 1. They made a massive impact on arrival, rifting to the island, and judging by the faces of the group, these guys were not good news for our heroes. We all prepared for the Nexus and the Cube to be somehow linked to the Enforcers, but, well, yeah, you know, nothing happened at all at that point. I've tried many times to predict their return, even suggesting the IO commandos could be from the same force. But now, could those Enforcers return right in front of our eyes via these hacked tweets? The tweet reads, "They got everyone. Not he got everyone, not she got everyone. So unless this person is non-binary, they are a collective of multiple members, just like the Enforcers." Let's keep going with this. Look at the next tweet. It's packed with lore. Whoever gave you that Fox Clan mask made you the target. Wow. As a man who hides behind a pink and white mask, this is good to see. So who gave him the mask? The first time we saw the fox mask, which is fundamentally the same as a Kitsune mask, or Kitsune if you prefer it to be more westernized in Japanese folklore. This was the first spray tag Drift painted in the Californian desert. So we can surmise right away that either Drift had the mask all along in the real world, or his spray tag idea was made into a mask for him by someone in the Fortnite world. If you watched my previous video about the identity of Agent Jones's boss, you'll know where I'm going with this. Over the course of Season 5 Chapter 1, Drift evolved from a graffiti artist wearing a mask, which we all should do in the world right now, and became a fully super-powered individual. The final design is obviously based on his artwork, and as we know, Drift arrived without any of his final form gear. He acquired it whilst he was here. The first time he donned the mask was at a pool party, which means the person who gave him that mask is likely in this image. My guess is the Bright Bomber, as their relationship grew over that season. Although judging by the tree carving in Chapter 2, BB and Drift aren't as in love as they once were. Rip the dream. The next tweet reads, "If we don't work together, team up, they'll come for you next. They are closing in." So now we know that a new Fox Clan member is coming to Fortnite. Right now we don't know if Vi is a Drift snapshot or someone completely unique, or could be linked to the Japanese folklore. It's interesting that this skin is locked behind the Fortnite crew paywall, but if it's linked to narrative, count me in. Take my money, Epic Games. But anyway, you know me, I needed to look past the obvious and begin to look out for other skins akin to Drift. During Season X, you know, the season where
the world is destabilizing fast, but don't worry.
In this season, we unlocked the female variant of Drift in the form of Catalyst. It's widely speculated that this is another Drift snapshot, rifted from a dimension in which Drift was born female. And also, we have the live animal back bling, Kitsune, which is the word for a fox in Japanese. Kitsune, or shall I say Kitsune? Kitsune is also linked to a story of paranormal spirits that can shapeshift. Some people believe these to be evil, vengeful spirits, and others proclaim these to be good beings. What you may not realize is how often you see them. For example, Sonic the Hedgehog, his best mate Miles Tails per Hour, he's a Kitsune. He has 2 tails. Part of the myth is that they can grow up to 9 tails. Anyone thinking of the Pokemon right now? Now we know why he's called Ninetales. Oh, and to compound all this, the official back bling is the Japanese shrine cut into 2, making it adjacent Fs, standing for Fox. It's all starting to link together. The lore is coming. So I've left my best theory for last, so people who don't stick around don't get the goodness in their eye holes. I began to look at evil spirits in Japanese mythology and the yokai. I realised we've already got one in the game right now, Condor. Here's the audio log.
Reality log 42. The next recruit goes by Condor. I finally got him to stop standing in the rain monologuing about cherry blossoms or whatever that was. According to local legend, he's a vengeful spirit given to the emperor's family centuries ago and passed down since. They say he'll grant any wish for revenge, no matter how dark or terrible. So, let's all be very careful what we wish for.
Condor is an evil entity of revenge. According to the myth, he is always present beside the ruler of each Japanese province, like an evil god of war waiting to strike. The reference to Cherry Blossom confirms Condor is of Japanese descent, and so is the Fox Clan. Could the clues already be here? Is the war between Condor and Drift? As extra confirmation about Condor, his room at the Haven contains lots of Japanese cultural references, like bonsai tree. A real tree, but a teeny tiny version. He also has swords here and some sake. The audio file also references the cherry blossom tree, a quintessential Japanese tree. And can you remember the last time we saw one in Fortnite? Hell yeah, Lucky Landing. I kind of always thought it was Chinese, so I feel like a fool right now, but I'm sorry, Japanese people. It's cool all the same. Remember when we said at the very beginning that Season 5 of Chapter 1 is returning? Check this. Look where Condor is right now in-game. He's at Misty Meadows. And look where the original Lucky Landing is in Chapter 1, almost exactly in the same position. It's likely in the next update both realities will converge, bringing the return of the Fox Clan in Lucky Landing and the spirit of vengeance with Condor. A battle will ensue very soon. Which side will win? The final tweet reads, "I need to wipe my tracks, but I hope you got this transmission. If you did, I'll see you soon. I hope. Connection terminated." In 8 tweets, Fortnite added more lore and story than most seasons combined, with returning characters, story beats, locations, and by the looks of it, she's a narrative-driven character. I have a few more theories about the Fade skin, remember that? Which I won't go into right now, but did you know before he was renamed Fade, he was known as Dark Drift? And he doesn't evolve into a Kitsune, he evolves into an Oni. Interesting, isn't it? We've gone down way too many rabbit holes today for one video. Maybe a Five Nights at Freddy crossover theory coming soon. You never know. On screen now are more legends who kindly rock code ADAMARU in the store. I truly appreciate you. Thank you for letting me do this and calling it a job. I'll be back in my DMs later today, replying to you guys. Thanks again. I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time.